What we do here is go back.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Big dumb.
Go back.
Hey paisanos, it me, receding hairline MattCMG here, and usually this is the part of the video where I welcome you to Internet Idiocracy, but today, this isn't Internet Idiocracy. Today, it's Content Cop. Chan chen chop. Me wani Jakey Polly chan chen chop. Chan chen chop. Cham chong here.
Cham Chong here.
And today's a bit exciting. If you can't tell, I can hardly contain myself right now, because today is the day we get to bully iDubbbz. When it comes to YouTubers who have fallen off, iDubbbz has quickly risen to the top of that list for reasons we'll get into shortly. There are plenty of different things to insult the cuck for. He's manipulative, cunty, hypocritical, makes way worse content than he used to, is no longer funny, cringy. It's kind of like picking on Sneeko, really. It's kind of like picking on a cuckold. Wouldn't you agree, Froggy Fresh?
Ian's masculinity had been completely removed via Anisa.
In today's episode of Content Cop, we're going to be talking about Ian iDubbbz, what made him great, how he fell from grace, and how he can redeem himself. But MattCMG, you are 2 months late for the iDubbbz drama. This will not get you any fucking views, you fucking batch. But if you clicked on this video with the sole intention of watching me lampoon this guy who's been made fun of for the past 3 years, you might be somewhat disappointed, because this video is definitely to make fun of this obnoxious, arrogant asshole. But at the same time, part of me feels the need to defend this obnoxious, arrogant asshole, at least on a few fronts, because now we've all had time to collectively digest it all. He still sucks though. So smash that motherfucking like button for a legit content review, and let's get into it. I'm gonna beat somebody's fucking ass! Somebody's ass is getting fucking beat today, alright? Whose fucking ass is gonna get fucking beat? Should I smash him? I just wanna fucking smash him!
I hope this isn't a controversial statement, but I'm pretty confident that I can beat up a woman.
So, where do we begin? If you've clicked on this video, then I'm going to assume that you're at least somewhat familiar with iDubbbz. In case you aren't for whatever reason, here's the quick rundown. Ian got his start making fun of bad Kickstarters. This evolved into opening his unhinged fan mail. He did a few videos with Filthy Frank back when he was poppin'. He became most well known for criticizing other creators in his series Content Cop. Later delved into documentaries, now he hosts a creator boxing event, and now he's just kinda cringe. He had a pretty meteoric rise and was pretty well respected within the YouTube community, but I think most of his detractors would agree that the beginning of the end started when Ian's wife, Anisa, started an OnlyFans account to upload pornographic content. On one hand, this was definitely a wrong place, wrong time type of situation, which is probably why a lot of people were so mad about it. At the time she announced her OnlyFans back in 2020, the entire internet was in a frenzy over simps. You know, it was the new word of the day for internet people to overuse until it's lost all fucking meaning. If you showed any semblance of respect towards women back then, you were called a simp and made fun of. And OnlyFans as a site being on the rise at the time only exacerbated this. It masturbated this. Get it? Because they sound vaguely similar. Word association. I'm gay. iDubbbz found himself at the center of this ridicule for his wife's OnlyFans, and while most people were just joking around, and those memes were pretty funny, some people took it very seriously. On the other hand, Ian responded to this in the worst way possible, which is to say, he responded at all in the first place. Shortly after all the Twitter discourse, Ian would opt to make a serious video defending himself, Anisa, and sex workers in general. While the video itself isn't really that bad, you know, he makes some pretty good points in it, the nature of the video was much more at odds with his fan base. While he did not outright attack or belittle his fans, the video was definitely a wake-up call to many of them that he wasn't the indestructible based groiper that people thought he was from shit like Content Cop. This video made him the person that it was cool to hate, and this sentiment has seemingly not died down.
Yeah, I know,
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
But here's the thing about this video, right? The contents of it were not necessarily the issue. At the end of the day, I don't think most reasonable people give a shit if Anisa posts pictures of her pussy on the internet, nor do I think they give a shit about Ian being cool with that. Nobody really cares about the OnlyFans shit. The problem with this video was that it was a complete departure from how iDubbbz would usually act in times of controversy. Back in the day when people fired shots at him, ironic or not, he would take it in stride, roll with the punches, and fire a few shots back.
You bite the peach bites back.
He was never the type to take things that seriously, always making a joke out of his detractors whilst also making a tactical and well-reasoned argument. He always portrayed himself as above all of this petty bullshit, and he took the piss out of these situations, which is a large part of what made Content Cops so engaging. This video was the complete opposite of that. He's very serious, he seems to take it to heart in some way, but above all else, his biggest mistake was taking the joke seriously. He makes some solid arguments in this video, but he really shouldn't have made it because it ended up being the very thing that made people aware of the fact that Ian was not who they thought he was, and more importantly, that he takes issue with some of his older fan base. But before we get to that, let's get back into his wife's pussy. A lot of people also attribute the beginning of the end for iDubbbz to Anisa coming into his life, with many believing her to be the Yoko Ono to his John Lennon, complete with bizarrely sized ass cracks. Many claim that Anisa ruined Ian by introducing him to all kinds of liberal bullshit that subsequently made him less edgy, with some even believing that Ian's downfall is all part of some secret humiliation fetish where she's manipulating him to being a sissy soy boy in public to get her rocks off.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well...
While I don't think that it's that deep or malicious, the effect that she's had on him is definitely noticeable, and it's no doubt played a role in how this has all gone down. Now, I am not going to sit here and try to psychoanalyze their relationship because I'm not a part of it. The fuck do I know what goes on behind closed doors, and this video is not really about Anisa. That's a whole other video entirely, and I'm not going to be the one to make it. But my point in bringing this up is that the public part of their relationship is central to understanding the next leg of our journey. I don't think that iDubbbz should be called a simp or a cuck in any serious context because it really isn't that deep, but taking your wife's last name, dude? What are you, fucking gay?
Think it, dream it, do it. Think it, dream it, do it. Think it, dream it, do it.
In his sex workers video, iDubbbz claims to be okay with people making jokes about his wife doing porn. But then Creator Clash 2 comes around, and that becomes a lot less clear. But okay, to back it up a bit, there's some lore we gotta get into. Lore. This is the iDubbbz lore. I'm gay. In February of 2022, iDubbbz dropped a documentary on Sam Hyde, which in and of itself was a response to a documentary that Sam Hyde dropped on iDubbbz a few months earlier. At the same time as this, iDubbbz is getting more and more into boxing and would later host Creator Clash. These two things collided when Sam Hyde wanted to come to Creator Clash, but was banned from the event despite training Epic Mealtime.
Harley Morenstein is here.
For Creator Clash 2, Froggy Fresh was slated to fight Chris Raygun, but was then kicked from the event for reasons that weren't immediately clear, but fans theorized that it was because of training with Sam Hyde and making a few jokes about Anisa's OnlyFans. After the documentary, Sam Hyde also made a lot of jokes about Anisa and Ian, which has apparently pushed Ian away from him. These were more or less just rumors for a little while until iDubbbz dropped a video explaining the situation. Now I want you guys to take a minute to think about how you would deal with a controversy like this if you were in Ian's shoes. You know, fucking Dora the Explorer moment. Oh, click the fucking, what would you do? Fucking kill me. You know, everybody has a theory about what the problem was, and you've sat on it for like a month, and you have the opportunity to not only quell the rumors, but make yourself look like the good guy. iDubbbz did none of those things. What Ian instead opted to do was make yet another serious video and straight up confirm that yeah, all the rumors and theories were right. Froggy was kicked from the card because he joked about Anisa and hung out with Sam Hyde. I don't know how you make this video and not think that it makes you look like the bad guy. This video is extremely manipulative in the way that Ian frames his argument and the way that he portrays Froggy as a bad person. For example, the DMs that he shows to prove that he warned Froggy about working with Sam were very vague and unclear. You know, he did not give him a yes or no straight answer, so to kick him for a rule that didn't exist until you decided that it did just makes you look like an entitled little bitch. The most pathetic part about this is the fact that the reason he's all butthurt about it is because people make jokes about his wife showing her titties on the internet. Much of his hatred for Sam Hyde comes from the fact that Sam and the MDE crew often make jokes about him and Anisa, which Ian views as harassment and misogyny, for some reason.
I don't think it's appropriate that you are hanging out with a guy who doesn't think women are people.
Dude, he's a fucking comedian. It's literally his job to make jokes at other people's expense, and you really can't blame him when you make it so fucking easy. No, I don't know, maybe these Anisa conspiracy theories have a point, because what the fuck kind of mental gymnastics is this? Reminder to everybody that this is the same guy who masterfully took jokes, criticism, and various other roasts from Keemstar, Leafy, and plenty of others over the years for things way more brutal than this. But now he can't take it, right? Oh, ooh, it's too bad. Now, is it because it's about your wife? Is it because she's a woman? It's because she's a woman, isn't it?
How am I the simp? How am I the simp?
Well, Ian, I don't think that you're a simp, but you're certainly not helping your case by being so butthurt and defensive about this. Straight off the bat, I want to let all the newcomers to the channel know that I am perfectly fine with bullying. Make fun of someone because they're fat, autistic, or riddled with acne. I don't care, make fun of them. I think my only stipulation with the bullying is that you also have to not be a pussy. You see, because if you're a pussy and you're hiding your wife's OnlyFans behind your boxing event, your videos, and your general content, then you're showing people that you're extremely self-conscious. You know, you're showing people that you're a pussy, and that just takes all the oomph out of your bullying. But you know what? This entire situation could have been resolved a lot more amicably had Ian been more upfront about everything. You know, everybody theorized leading up to the event that Froggy was kicked because of some OnlyFans jokes and for hanging out with Sam Hyde, making you seem like a petty asshole. You then make a video where you confirm this very thing, which makes you seem like an even pettier asshole, and that video is also filled with manipulative clips and evidence that you think makes you look like the good guy, when in reality it just makes you look like more of a petty asshole. If you didn't want to come across as a petty asshole, then you should have made the rules of your event a lot clearer, which would still make you seem like a petty asshole, but at least not publicly. And you know, when I first saw Creator Clash 1, I thought to myself, hey, that might be something I want to do if my channel ever blows up, you know, if I ever gain fame and become a massive creator. Maybe I'd want to do that. Maybe I'd want to do creator boxing. But if making a few silly jokes is enough to get me kicked from the card or banned from the event entirely, then I don't know that I want anything to do with it. Obviously, that's just a bit of hyperbole on my part, but I think it illustrates the point quite well that Ian is very fucking stupid to hold jokes about his wife's OnlyFans to such a colossally high standard. Whereas every other joke at an OnlyFans girl's expense, you know, they could be used in a comedic sense or an editorial sense, but not this one, because this one is about your wife. Well, guess what, fucking retard? People are allowed to make fun of your wife, too. Yeah, it's not like any of your other fucking competitors have ever joked about OnlyFans before at all in their lives. But can't make fun of that one, because, it's personal. Either all of it is okay, or none of it is okay. But if you try to come online and tell me that I can't joke about a particular person, but you joke about people in ways that are just as offensive, in the famous words of Ian iDubbbz,
Kill yourself.
I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
But now let's talk about the most infamous video that Ian's put out, trumping even the harshest of content cops. I miss the old iDubbbz, a video in which Ian denounces his old ways and apologizes for all of the harm that his old content has caused. He's overall very regretful of the type of offensive humor he used to base his videos around, and now sees how that could have been hurtful to some viewers, whether that be by directly insulting groups of people or by spreading harmful rhetoric to those who are more impressionable. He's taking accountability for his past actions, which is honestly something a lot of other personalities could stand to do as well. You know, he's trying to better himself as a person, I respect that, and I don't have an issue with it. The stuff that I take an issue with is the way he's going about it. For starters, Ian takes a moment to apologize to all of the people he's made content cop videos on, specifically citing Tana.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way.
Yeah, they fucking did. Are you gonna tell me that Keemstar didn't deserve to get called out for being a manipulative sociopath for years? Are you telling me that Leafy didn't deserve to get bullied back for all of his shenanigans? Are you telling me that Jinx, the Fine Brothers, and all of the genres of content you've made videos on didn't deserve to be criticized for being terrible content? The only arguments that could really be made for a target not deserving it was Tana for being an immature kid at the time, and RiceGum for basically begging the video to be made on him. But even then, RiceGum's content was garbage and needed to be called out, and Tana herself agrees that she kind of fucking deserved it.
I guess he posted this apology video apologizing for like a bunch of things he did in the past, one of them being the video he made with me or like to me or something. I'm more so just talking about like his actions to me, like, you know, him showing up to my show, him kind of putting me on blast, him inevitably making me kind of canceled and lose subscribers and have to apologize and all that type of stuff. I kind of think I like deserved that. And maybe that's like dark, like to say, but like, I don't feel like I'm owed an apology.
This was part of what set Content Cop apart from the rest of the commentary genre at the time. When everybody else was making these meaningless exposed videos about internet nobody number 87, iDubbbz was going after the people who truly did deserve it, and when he did go after people that everybody else was already talking about, he often did it better than the rest. While I think the praise for Content Cop is a little overblown, it was a really good series for that particular reason. He went after people everyone else was afraid to talk about. And this leads into another problem I have with Ian's apology. Aside from Content Cop, a lot of his old edgy content wasn't even that mean-spirited. The worst he did was saying slurs, and while that's not exactly great, it was ultimately no different from stuff you could find on network TV like fucking South Park. In fact, I'd even argue it was tamer.
Well, I know it, but I don't think I should say it.
5 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
All right, I'd like to solve the puzzle.
It seems to me that Ian doesn't actually understand why people liked him or his content to begin with. It wasn't because you said slurs or were edgy, it was because you could articulate a point quite well and you could be funny by doing so, by doing unhinged crazy shit on top of that. I don't know, man, I don't think I have crippling depression was causing fucking Klan rallies against the disabled. You know what I think of when I think of bigotry? Slenderman Gangnam Style. Because of this, Ian feels that he is responsible for spreading real bigotry. After some uncomfortable interactions with fans that he's been very candid about on podcasts, he came to the realization that his ironic bigotry was attracting a group of people who unironically believed those things or thought that the shit he said was okay to say. I can understand why he would think this, but he's fucking wrong. This may sound a bit ironic coming from somebody with basically zero notoriety in the larger community, but I don't think that creators have any kind of responsibility for their audience. What people take away from your content might not be what you intended for them to take away, but you are not responsible for their misunderstandings. If you say some ironic fucked shit in a video and a viewer starts to unironically believe that fucked shit, that is not your fault, it is their fault. iDubbbz saying the N-word to prove a very specific point was never an endorsement for everyone to start using the N-word, and the fact that some people took it that way was not his fault. Did he attract that kind of audience? Sure, but he isn't responsible for that because he was never encouraging or endorsing that audience. I also think that the way that Ian has reacted to people's responses to his apology is a bit silly, and that's putting it pretty lightly. Shortly after his video went live, he tweeted out, "I welcome opinions about my apology from people and communities whom the apologies were directed at. That is where my care starts and ends." I have so much softcore porn in my bookmarks, holy shit. On one hand, it's actually kind of base that he's basically saying he doesn't give a fuck what people think anymore. He's going gloves off with that. I kind of like it. He's a bit of a feisty little thing, you know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, this is a bit close-minded. You know, it's great that he's willing to take criticism and learn from the specific communities that he was apologizing to, but to only listen to that crowd is basically putting yourself into an echo chamber. You clearly already believe in what those communities believe, which is fine, but to only listen to them and not anyone else when these criticisms are just as valid, then you're kind of missing the point.
End their career! I say lynch them! Lynch those brothers!
It's a common talking point against Ian that he's attacking his old fans by calling them basement-dwelling incel losers.
There is a clip from this interview that's been floating around the internet, and it's me calling my fans antisocial and basement dwellers, and I was like, I didn't like, interacting with my fans.
But that's clearly an intentional misreading of it, if you ask me. I don't think that he's saying that all of his old fans are like this, because that's clearly not true. He's saying that there is a subset of them that were, because he's met them, and it's not the kind of culture he wants to cultivate anymore. I understand all that, but you gotta be a bit clearer with how you portray that message, because the way you've explained it is vague enough that it can apply to people that it isn't really about. You also didn't have to make this point at all. You could have easily just said, I don't like making that kind of content anymore, sorry, and those people would have probably left of their own accord, but by including that vague comment in there about incel weirdos or whatever, you officially turned a bunch of your old fans into actively disliking you, when you just as easily could have let them fade out naturally with no real resentment. Much like the whole OnlyFans situation, you could have easily avoided all of the backlash by simply not addressing it at all. This is why I will never apologize for any video I have ever made. Because fuck that and fuck you. Suck my dick, choke on my penis, let me come.
Damn, this nigga's on the grind. That shirt shouldn't say, it's about that time. It should say, it's about that grind.
You know what though, at the end of the day, I don't really give a flying fuck about any of that, right? Ian can change his opinions on things, he could become more socially responsible, more brand friendly, all that shit, right? He's bettering himself as a person, I'm all for that. What I can't stand is the fact that he doesn't even make good content anymore. You know, we've all made content that we're not very proud of. Maybe it was a cringy Pokemon defense video from back in the day. Possibly an Avatar video that you look back and say, ooh, that was pretty gay of me. Maybe you combined both of them and made a cringe Avatar defense video. Maybe you made a bad thumbnail or two. Maybe you didn't make a thumbnail at all and it was just a still frame of the video because you were either retarded or couldn't be fucked to open Photoshop because you have no passion in what you do. Thankfully for a lot of content creators out there, they have friends, loved ones, and viewers who will let them know how shitty their content is. There are many creators out there who don't receive any negative feedback and receive nothing but thumb ups and positive comments saying, LMFAO, do more please. iDubbbz is not one of those people. Of the past 12 videos Ian has uploaded, 2 of them were ads for a different channel, 3 more were Creator Clash announcements, another 3 were addressing controversies, and the rest were actual proper videos, only one of which was actually entertaining. 25% of his output in the past year has been low-effort garbage like tier lists or boring shit like making a fucking Thanos fidget toy. No, you had a good thing going with the documentaries, Ian, so what the fuck is this? You know, we miss the crazy stuff, right? Like eating pickles in a sewer, beating random packages with oversized dildos, spewing dead memes with the Filthy Frank crew. I know I can personally understand that creators want to change it up every now and again. You know, I do it all the fucking time, but like, dude, some consistency would be fucking nice every now and again. You know, some of that old-fashioned iDubbbz charm, you know what I mean? Don't subscribe to iDubbbz. I know I'm months behind on this one, but subscribe to iDubbbz when his content gets better. iDubbbz looks like Joe Dirt, but more importantly, iDubbbz is boring. But Matt, it kind of sounds like you're defending Sam Hyde. I'm gay. At the end of the day, I think the most rational take on the fall of iDubbbz is that it was never really because of his views changing or him becoming a better person or anything like that. I think any reasonable person is probably on board with that. The reason people don't like you anymore is because you're just fucking cringe now, dude. You know, all this fucking therapy language you're using now is cringe, the sense of responsibility you feel for your audience is very misplaced, and it's honestly just sad seeing all of your confidence being drained from you for stuff that ultimately isn't really you anymore. As someone who was once a massive fan and who has taken a lot of inspiration from Content Cop, it genuinely hurts me to see you so fucking buck-broken about stuff that was essentially your own doing. Dude, like, if you upload another apology video where you look like you're on the verge of tears at any given moment, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, I'm gonna get fucking fun. But listen, Ian, right, this part of the video goes out to you personally, so if you're watching this, listen closely, right? It seems to me that you need a bit of a confidence boost, you know? So, though I do criticize you, I do want you to succeed. This is all good faith criticism, so I have some advice for you, my guy. If you really want people in your corner, you gotta do something crazy, right? Something so undisputedly funny that nobody would dare hate you for it, and just keep doing that, and I guarantee you people will eventually forget about all of this bullshit and see you as the funny internet meme man again. Think it, dream it, do it. I've been MattCMG, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
A song with the hook, swag like iDubbbz.
Swag like iDubbbz. Swag like iDubbbz. I get big dubs. Call me iDubbbz. Cop swing, big clothes. Big chains, got none. That's cause I got swag like iDubbbz. On the track, I'm creating a clash. It's only $10 to see a wife's ass. Anisa says she wanna give me top. Hold up, stop. I said I'm gay. Hey, that's pretty good. Saying the N-word like we in the hood. But do I wanna keep making jokes about your wife? Well, you make it too easy, so I think I should. Nah, I don't wanna end up like Froggy, but I'll still beat your ass like I'm Alex Wasabi. Nobody can stop me. I'm fucking your wife while you're watching, and we call that YouTuber boxing. Pause. I went too hard in the paint. I'm not really trying to tickle her taint, but even if I did, what would you say? You start up a vid making iDubbbz complaints. But MattCMG, you're being too harsh. Do not fuck with the iDubbbz, I'm a gay retard. Fuck you, bitch. I'll say what I want. Either all of it's okay or all of it's not. Yeah. I made the diss track, now I'm getting away with it, bruh. He makes fidget toys, I ain't watching him play with it. What are you, fucking gay, dude? Please get back to YouTube. Apologizing non-stop. That shit makes my eyes drop. Listing all the content cops. That shit makes your plans flop. Take me back to eating fruit in the sewer. Think it, dream it, do it, bitch. Swag like iDubbbz. Swag like iDubbbz. I get big dubs. Call me iDubbbz. Cop swing, big clothes. Big chains, got none. That's cause I got swag like I miss iDubbbz. The old iDubbbz. Play with dildos, iDubbbz. Fuck that, what we do is go back. I miss the days with Filthy Frank in the pack. Doing whack shit with your boys Max and Chad. But now we can sip a cold one with the boys. Now that you feel bad for what you said to the blacks. This is an attack on all that you stand for. Your new shit is ass, so I put you on blast. Please make better content, this new shit won't last. That's enough about your racist past. Let's talk about your racist future. And gotta say, slurs into humor, I prefer some more irony, that'd be super. Get on the computer and make shit that's newer. Stop talking about rumors and don't be a loser. I'd be your consumer if you're making more docs. Make more shit like Full Force and maybe we'll watch. Used to be the boss, but now you've gone soft. You've already lost. Taking your place, make my way to the top. And selling my basement, the new content cop. To be honest, Ian, I kinda like you. Don't make me the one you commit suicide to. I ain't like these other commentary guys who hate on your wife and hope that you die. Make fun of your IBS and I'm stressing you could be the best if you just hit reset, put yourself to the test and then do something bigger. New comp on the beat and I'm pulling the trigger. And I ain't even gotta say... Swag like iDubbbz. Swag like iDubbbz. I get big dubs. Call me iDubbbz. Cop swing, big clothes. Big chains, got none. That's cause I got swag like iDubbbz.